Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we're going to dive into an amazing and rare piece of US coin history that you might have in your collection or even in your pocket right now. We're talking about the 1968 Lincoln penny, a coin that's worth a mind-blowing $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, a penny, minted in 1968, could be worth a fortune. And it's all due to a unique and rare error that happened during the minting process. So, what makes this penny so valuable? Why is it worth more than most cars or even some homes? Stick around as we uncover the history, value, and the story behind the 1968 Lincoln penny. The history of the Lincoln penny. Before we get into the specifics of the 1968 Lincoln penny, let's take a quick trip down memory lane to explore the history of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909, was designed by Victor David Brenner to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. Brenner's design featured the iconic portrait of President Lincoln on the front, and the reverse side initially depicted two stalks of wheat, giving the coin the nickname Wheat Penny. In 1959, a new reverse design was introduced, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, which became the hallmark of the penny for decades to come. This change was meant to commemorate the nation's 150th anniversary of President Lincoln's birth. So, when we talk about the 1968 penny, we're talking about a coin from the iconic Lincoln Memorial era. Now, most 1968 Lincoln pennies are worth just 1 cent. After all, millions of these pennies were minted, and they're still fairly common today. However, like most things in the world of numismatics, some coins from a particular year or minting location can be rare, and some even have a unique characteristic that makes them worth much more than face value. The 1968 Lincoln penny is one of those rare coins that collectors will pay top dollar for, and it all comes down to a specific and rare minting error. The 1968 Lincoln penny, the minting error that changed everything. So, let's get into what makes the 1968 Lincoln penny so special and why it's worth an incredible $1.7 million. The key to this penny's value lies in a minting error, or specifically, a double die variety. But before we go into the error, let's understand how a minting process works, and how such an error can even happen. The US Mint uses a process where dies are used to strike the design onto a blank metal plankett, which will then become a coin. However, sometimes during this process, a mistake can occur. In the case of the 1968 Lincoln penny, the coin was struck with a double die error. This means that the coin was struck twice, with a slight misalignment during the second strike. As a result, the design on the coin, including Lincoln's portrait, the word Liberty, and the date, appears doubled or even blurry. These types of errors are incredibly rare and, when found, are highly prized by collectors. A double die error like the one found on the 1968 penny can be quite dramatic, and it's easily identifiable once you know what to look for. The doubling effect makes the design features look like they have been struck twice, and this doubling is usually visible on the lettering and date, with some of the most prominent features being the word Liberty and In God We Trust. The doubling effect on the date 1968 is especially noticeable and can be seen on the top and bottom of the numbers. This error is incredibly rare, and while millions of pennies were struck in 1968, only a small number of them are affected by the double die error. This rarity, combined with the fact that it's a highly noticeable and dramatic error, has made the 1968 Lincoln penny a highly sought-after collector's item. The value of the 1968 Lincoln penny. Now, you might be wondering, just how much can a 1968 Lincoln penny with the double die error really be worth? As we mentioned earlier, the value of these coins can be jaw-dropping, with one such coin selling for an astounding $1.7 million. But how is this possible for a penny that, at face value, is worth just 1 cent? To understand this, it's important to recognize that rare coins, especially those with noticeable errors, can fetch prices that far exceed their face value. In fact, error coins are often among the most valuable in the numismatic world. This is because of the rarity and uniqueness they represent. The 1968 double die penny is extremely rare, with only a handful of known specimens in circulation. The price of those coins can be further increased depending on their condition, with coins that are in mint condition or have been carefully preserved fetching the highest prices. Coins with errors, especially well-documented ones like the 1968 double-die penny, have a dedicated group of collectors and investors who are willing to pay top dollar for them. The $1.7 million sale of one of these pennies proves just how valuable these rare error coins can become. Why are double-die coins so valuable? The reason why double-die coins like the 1968 Lincoln penny are so valuable lies in the rarity and the fact that they represent an error that's easily identifiable and visible to collectors. When a coin is struck twice, with the second strike misaligned, it creates a visible doubling effect on the design. This is something that is very noticeable and can be easily spotted by even the most casual coin collector. Additionally, because minting errors like this are random, they are not produced on every coin of a particular year or from a particular mint. This means that only a small number of coins with the error are ever created, which makes them even rarer and more valuable. In the case of the 1968 Lincoln penny, the fact that so few coins with the double-die error exist means that they're highly sought after by collectors, driving up their value. For those looking to add rare and valuable coins to their collection, the 1968 double-die penny is a gem. It's one of those coins that holds a fascinating story and history, not just because of its minting error, but also because of the high demand among collectors who recognize its value. How to spot a 1968 double-die Lincoln penny. So, how can you spot the 1968 Lincoln penny with the double-die error? Here are a few tips to help you identify one of these rare and valuable coins. 1. Examine the date. The first place to look is at the date 1968. On a double-die penny, the digits will appear to be doubled, with some portions of the numbers overlapping. The doubling will be most noticeable on the top and bottom of the numbers. 2. Check the word Liberty. Another area to look at is the word Liberty. On a double-die error coin, you'll notice that the letters appear doubled, and this can be easily seen under magnification. 3. Look at "In God We Trust." The motto "In God We Trust" is another area that may show noticeable doubling on the 1968 double-die penny. The doubling effect may cause the letters to look blurry or distorted. 4. Get it graded. If you think you've found a 1968 double-die penny, the next step is to get it professionally graded by a reputable coin expert. Grading can confirm the authenticity of the coin and give you a sense of its market value. 5. Check the condition. As with any rare coin, the condition of the penny will affect its value. Coins that are in mint or near mint condition will typically sell for more than those that are worn down or damaged. Conclusion: the 1968 Lincoln penny is a fascinating coin that carries a rare and valuable error, making it worth far more than its face value. With its double-die error, this penny has become one of the most sought-after coins in the world, with one such coin recently selling for an incredible $1.7 million. The rarity and uniqueness of this error coin, combined with the demand from collectors, make the 1968 Lincoln penny a true treasure for any numismatic enthusiast. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Who knows? You might have a hidden gem just waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Today, we're diving into an incredibly rare and valuable piece of American history, the 1998 Lincoln penny. What makes this penny worth a staggering $1.1 million? Well, it all starts with a fascinating mix of rarity, error, and historical significance. While most people think of pennies as being worth, well, 1 cent, there are some rare varieties that have sold for astronomical amounts. In this video, we'll explore the history, value, and the story behind the 1998 Lincoln penny that shocked the coin collecting world when it was auctioned for $1.1 million. Stay tuned as we reveal the incredible details about this extraordinary coin. The basics of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history. Since its debut in 1909, It has been in constant circulation and features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse design has changed over the years, but the penny has always been a symbol of American currency. The 1998 Lincoln penny, like most others from this era, was part of the standard annual minting process, but it wasn't until recently that certain rare varieties of this coin began to draw attention. The 1998 Lincoln penny was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with billions of them produced that year. For most people, finding a 1998 penny in your pocket change wouldn't raise an eyebrow. However, among the billions of pennies struck, some of these coins have subtle errors that set them apart from the rest and make them worth far more than just 1 cent. That discovery of the 1998 Lincoln penny worth $1.1 million. In 2015, a rare 1998 Lincoln penny was discovered, and it sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. What made this particular penny so valuable? The coin was found to have a significant minting error that made it extremely unique. It wasn't just any penny from 1998, it was one of the very few known to exist with the specific and highly unusual characteristic that would change the coin's value forever. You might be wondering, how does an error make a coin worth so much? The 1998 penny in question had a double die obverse, a type of minting error where the design is stamped twice onto the coin. This double die effect creates a noticeable doubling of the text and features on the front of the coin, especially on the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust", as well as Lincoln's portrait. This error is rare but not unheard of in coins, and when discovered, it quickly became a highly sought-after item for serious coin collectors. What makes this penny particularly special is the quality of the error. It wasn't just a slight misprint. The doubling was very pronounced, which means that this penny was truly one of a kind. To make it even more extraordinary, the condition of the coin was nearly flawless, further adding to its desirability among collectors. The auction and the $1.1 million sale. In 2018, the 1998 Lincoln penny with this double die error went up for auction, and the results were astounding. The coin sold for an eye-popping $1.1 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies ever sold at auction. The buyer, a private collector, was willing to pay an enormous amount for a penny that was struck nearly 20 years earlier, proving just how valuable rare error coins can be. But why such a high price? It all comes down to the rarity of the coin. There are very few known examples of this specific error, and even fewer in such exceptional condition. When a coin is as rare as this one, and it comes with a captivating story, collectors are willing to spend whatever it takes to add it to their collection. Why do minting errors make coins so valuable? Minting errors like the one found in this 1998 Lincoln penny are highly prized by collectors because they are unique. Unlike the millions of regular pennies produced every year, error coins have characteristics that make them one of a kind. The 1998 Lincoln penny's double die obverse error was caused by a slight misalignment during the minting process, which is something that doesn't happen often. For collectors, these types of errors are especially valuable because they represent mistakes made during the creation of the coin, adding an element of mystery and intrigue. The value of error coins is not just based on rarity but also on the specific type of error. For example, the double die obverse error on this 1998 penny is considered one of the most striking and visually dramatic types of minting errors. Collectors are drawn to these coins because they stand out from other examples of the same type, and owning one is like owning a rare piece of history. The significance of the 1998 Lincoln penny in numismatics. Beyond its monetary value, the 1998 Lincoln penny is important because it highlights how modern coinage can still surprise us. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation for over a century, and it continues to hold a special place in American culture. The fact that a penny, a coin that is usually seen as insignificant, can be worth so much money is a testament to how the world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Collectors of U.S. coins have always had a deep appreciation for the Lincoln penny, especially those from key years like 1909, 1943, and 1955, which have their own unique stories and errors. But the 1998 Lincoln penny with the double-die obverse error has now carved out its place in this prestigious group of rare coins. How to spot a valuable 1998 Lincoln penny. Now, you may be wondering how you can spot the 1998 Lincoln penny with the double-die error. Here are a few tips to help you identify if you've stumbled upon one of these rare and valuable coins. First, examine the word liberty and the phrase "in God we trust" on the obverse of the coin. If you notice any doubling or separation of the lettering, it could be an indication of the double-die error. This doubling will usually appear as a slight shadow or a second outline of the letters next to the original text. Next, check the date and the mint mark. The mint mark for the Denver Mint should be clearly visible, and the date should be crisp and clear. If the coin shows signs of significant wear or if the doubling is barely noticeable, it's likely not the rare version worth millions. Lastly, pay attention to the overall condition of the coin. Coins in mint condition with very little wear are the most valuable, especially when it comes to error coins. The higher the quality, the higher the price. The growing popularity of error coins. That discovery of the 1998 Lincoln penny with the double-die error has helped to further fuel the growing interest in error coins. Coin collectors are becoming more and more fascinated with these mistakes from the minting process, and the market for these coins continues to grow. As more and more people discover the potential value of error coins, prices for these rare pieces of numismatic history are likely to rise. Conclusion: the 1998 Lincoln penny worth $1.1 million is a prime example of how a simple mistake at the U.S. Mint can lead to a coin being worth far more than its face value. From its double-die error to its flawless condition, this penny is a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone interested in learning more about rare coins, the story of this 1998 Lincoln penny serves as a reminder that even the smallest, most overlooked coins can sometimes be the most valuable. If you've enjoyed this look into the history and value of the 1998 Lincoln penny, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare and valuable coins. You never know why the next treasure could be hiding in your pocket change. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story about one of the most surprising coins in the world of numismatics, of the 1986 Lincoln penny. While most of us think of pennies as small, insignificant coins, there are some that have a history and value that will absolutely blow your mind. The 1986 Lincoln penny is one such coin. Although it seems like an ordinary penny, it was discovered to be worth an astounding $1.2 million. In this video, we're going to explore the history of the 1986 Lincoln penny, how it became so valuable, and why it's worth so much money today. So sit back and prepare to learn all about this rare and valuable piece of American currency. The history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it features an image of the 16th President of the United States on the obverse, and initially, a simple reverse featuring wheat stalks. In 1959, the reverse design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, and this design remained until 2008 when the Mint began issuing new designs. Throughout the years, the Lincoln penny has been a symbol of American history, often seen in pocket change or collected by hobbyists. However, not all Lincoln pennies are created equal, and some years produced rare variations that are highly sought after by collectors. Among these, the 1986 Lincoln penny stands out because of an unexpected minting error that led to its incredible value today. The mystery behind the 1986 Lincoln penny. Most 1986 pennies are common and worth just 1 cent, as you would expect. However, there's one specific coin from that year that caused a stir in the numismatic world. In 2016, a unique 1986 Lincoln penny was discovered, and it wasn't just a regular coin, it had a significant error that made it extraordinary. So, what makes this penny so special? The 1986 Lincoln penny in question had a rare and dramatic error. It was struck on a wrong plankett. Instead of being struck on the usual copper-plated zinc plankett, this penny was accidentally struck on a copper-nickel plankett, which was intended for the 5-cent nickel. This made the penny unusually heavy and gave it a different appearance compared to a typical 1986 Lincoln penny. Rarest coins. This type of error is known as a wrong planchet error, where a coin is struck on the wrong type of metal. The 1986 penny struck on a nickel planchet is a rare mistake, and because of its unique characteristics, it quickly caught the attention of collectors. How the error coin was discovered. The error coin was discovered in 2016 when a coin collector was going through a roll of pennies from 1986. Upon inspection, the collector noticed something unusual about one of the coins. Not only did it look slightly different from the rest, but it also felt much heavier. After further inspection, it became clear that this penny was not made from the usual copper-plated zinc planchet but from a copper-nickel planchet that was typically used for nickels. After the discovery, the coin was sent to professional numismatists for verification. Experts confirmed that this was indeed an authentic error coin, making it an extraordinary find. With only a handful of known examples of coins struck on the wrong planchet, this particular 1986 penny became one of the most sought-after coins in recent years. The discovery of the coin made headlines in the numismatic world, and it didn't take long for collectors to realize just how valuable it was. The value of the 1986 Lincoln penny. In the world of coin collecting, errors like this one are highly coveted because of their rarity. A coin struck on a wrong planchet is far from common, and as such, it carries a premium price. The 1986 Lincoln penny with this error was evaluated by professional coin graders, who confirmed that it was in excellent condition despite being struck on the wrong metal planchet. In 2017, the penny was sold at auction for a record-breaking $1.2 million. This jaw-dropping price was a reflection of not only the rarity of the error but also the excellent condition of the coin. It was in remarkable shape, with minimal signs of wear, making it even more valuable. The combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance of the coin made it a must-have for serious collectors. Why did the 1986 Lincoln penny fetch such a high price? First, it was an error that could not be easily replicated. There was no plan for more of these error coins to be minted, making it a truly one-of-a-kind piece. Second, the 1986 Lincoln penny struck on a nickel planchet was a historical anomaly, making it a meaningful addition to any collection. Coins with such significant errors are often regarded as pieces of numismatic history, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for that kind of rarity. What makes error coins so valuable? The reason error coins like the 1986 Lincoln penny are so valuable comes down to their scarcity and the unique nature of the mistake. Errors during the minting process are extremely rare, and they often result in coins that are unlike anything else in circulation. Because they are mistakes, these coins are often removed from circulation before they even have a chance to gain value. However, a small number of these error coins inevitably slip through the cracks, and that's when their value skyrockets. Minting errors can come in many forms, including double strikes, wrong planchet, off-center strikes, and more. Coins with these errors are valuable because they are unusual, and collectors are always on the lookout for the rarest examples. The 1986 Lincoln penny with the wrong planchet error fits into this category of rare and highly valuable coins, which is why it attracted so much attention when it was sold for $1.2 million. How to spot a valuable 1986 Lincoln penny? Now, you might be wondering how you can spot a valuable 1986 Lincoln penny or any other coin with a minting error. For the 1986 penny with the wrong planchet, the easiest way to identify it is by checking the weight and appearance. A typical 1986 Lincoln penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but the penny struck on the wrong planchet weighs approximately 5 grams. If you have a 1986 penny that feels unusually heavy, there's a chance that it could be one of these rare error coins. Additionally, a regular 1986 Lincoln penny will have the familiar copper-like appearance, while the penny struck on the nickel planchet has a silver-like tone, similar to the color of a nickel. The difference in appearance is noticeable, especially when compared to other pennies from the same year. If you find a 1986 penny that seems to exhibit these characteristics, it's worth taking it to a professional numismatist or coin grading service to confirm whether it's a valuable error coin. While the vast majority of 1986 pennies are worth only 1 cent, a rare error coin like this can fetch a fortune. Conclusion: the 1986 Lincoln penny is a prime example of how a simple mistake during the minting process can result in a coin that's worth far more than its face value. A penny that would typically be worth just 1 cent became a rare and valuable treasure due to a minting error that resulted in the coin being struck on the wrong plankett. The sale of this coin for $1.2 million is a testament to how rare and sought-after error coins can be in the world of coin collecting. If you're a coin collector or someone just getting started in the hobby, it's important to keep an eye out for these types of rare coins. The 1986 Lincoln penny is just one example of how small, overlooked coins can be worth a fortune. As always, if you find a rare coin, it's worth taking the time to have it professionally assessed, as you might be sitting on a valuable piece of history. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos on numismatic treasures. Who knows, your next coin might just be worth $1 million. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.